How's it going, everybody? I am Coco, and we are in the Jam Happy Hour, coming at you live from the Jam Cellars Wine and Music Studio in downtown Napa. And we are very excited for our amazing and super fun guest today. We have Rachael Davis joining us.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Coco.
Cheers. How's it going?
Cheers.
Cheers,
I got some butter right here.
Yes, that's a cool glass. I love that glass.
It's probably technically a champagne flute, but it's fun to drink out of.
You know what? I love drinking anything out of wine glasses. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's great.
Water, juice, smoothies, or on the other side, I like drinking wine out of any glass.
That is true too.
Like if it's before 10 a.m., you put it in a mug. So when you go out to get the mail, your neighbors just think you're drinking coffee.
Exactly. They don't know. Well, so, Rachael, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be back.
Yes. Yeah, you joined us back in September, right?
Yep, it was the end of September. I did one of these happy hours with Sam, and it was so much fun. I think the theme was dad jokes.
Well, Sam, Sam is great with the dad jokes.
She's a champ with them.
Can't do it. She really is. I'm looking forward to more of her dad jokes in the very near future.
Yeah, I hope to hear some more soon too. If I do another one of these, I want to hear some more Sam dad jokes.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get you one again. Well, for those tuning in that maybe are not super familiar with you, would you mind kind of letting them know who you are, what you're all about, all that kind of fun
totally.
stuff?
Yeah, of course. My name's Rachael Davis, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee right now with my husband and my two kids. We've been here for 8 years, originally from northern Michigan, part of the Michigan music scene up there. There's a lot of amazing musical community up in northern Michigan. Both my parents are musicians, and when I was growing up, they were music teachers during the school year. And then they had a performing duo before I was born. And when I was born, they would put me in the car seat on the stage, like I would be on stage with them as a baby, and I started performing with them when I was like 2, and it was kind of a fluke where I would usually like just hang out on stage and like play with toys or color or do puzzles off to the side. And one day they were doing a music festival, and I knew the song, and I stood up and started to sing in one of the microphones that were on the side of the stage that were turned off. And the sound guy turned it on, and I knew all the words to all the songs, and I started performing with my parents then. And I'm the oldest of 4, and as all my siblings were born, we were all kind of born into a family band. And so I grew up playing in a family band, in an old-time band.
That is so fun.
It was really fun. It was a great way to grow up.
And did you start you just started singing? And then
Yep, I just started singing with them.
Just going off. That's amazing. And then when did you start playing instruments and incorporating? Because you play kind of a plethora of instruments, right?
Yes, and that was another thing that was just always available at our house. Is there was instruments. We didn't have like cable TV or anything. We had like a little TV, but there was so much else to do that we didn't watch a lot of TV, and instruments were always out. They were like, my dad plays guitar and banjo and mandolin. My mom plays the lap dulcimer. We had a piano. Mm-hmm. There was just instruments all over the place. And so, we were encouraged. The first instrument I played was the piano. I took lessons when I was 9. And then I started writing songs before I actually played the guitar. I started writing songs, I would sing the song that I'd written like to my dad or my brother who played guitar, and they would write the chords for me. And it wasn't until I was 18 that I picked up the guitar and really played the guitar. When I was 13, I tried to take guitar lessons, and I was so small, and like the guitar I had was so hard to play.
Yeah.
And
hands.
Yeah, it was so like it had the nylon strings and the big fat neck, and it was just hard to play. And my dad, who was a banjo player, was like, "Hey, let's try this." And he like put a banjo in my lap and taught me how to play banjo. So clawhammer banjo was the first stringed instrument that I played. And then it wasn't until a couple years later that I picked up the guitar.
Very cool.
And then I got a ukulele a couple years after that and learned how to play that. And now I love tenor guitars, and it's just as I go, I just kind of collect instruments and learn how to play them.
I love it. I love it. Well, I would love to hear you play one of those instruments now and share that
All
beautiful voice with us if you can.
I will. I was just talking about the banjo, so I'm going to start with that one. It's right here next to my foot.
Oh, love it. That's a cool banjo.
This was actually my dad's banjo that he
Oh.
gave to me when I left the nest, when I left my hometown in Cadillac, Michigan, and I moved to Boston, Massachusetts when I was 20 years old.
Wow.
And he gave me this instrument as like a farewell going away present.
What a
And
good
it
gift.
it was a pretty, I mean, it was he learned how to play on this banjo. He taught me how to play on this banjo. And then he gave it to me when I left the nest. It was such a sweet gift. Oh, and today is his birthday. Today is my dad's birthday.
Oh my God. Cheers to your dad.
Oh my God. Cheers, Bunsey.
Your dad's name is Bunsey. That's such a great name.
His name is David Bunce, but everybody calls him Bunce. And like his grandchildren call him Bunsey.
That's like the best name ever. Bunsey.
This is a song. I'm gonna start with a song that he encouraged me to learn. We do clawhammer. We do banjo camp. Just him and I and my husband in the summertime, which is just when we visit my parents. We just have campfires and play banjo tunes together. And we challenge each other to come up with a clawhammer banjo version of some iconic song, well-known, notable song of sorts.
I love
And this is a Cat Stevens song that my dad said, I bet that would make a cool clawhammer banjo song. Try it. You should hear, I challenged my dad to do Axel F on the banjo that year, and you should hear his banjo version of Axel F. It's amazing.
Oh,
You remember the Axel F song from Beverly Hills Cop? The do 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 do. Sounds cool. Sounds cool on the banjo. Okay, this is a Cat Stevens song. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I end up, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 I never asked for water once. No, never, never, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swim upon the devil's lake, but never, 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 I never make the same mistake. No, never, never, never. I listen to the wind of my soul. I listen to the wind of my soul. The wind.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what is your favorite of all the instruments that you can play? What is your favorite one to play?
I think that I think the one that I feel the most freedom on it is a tenor guitar. Honestly, it's a 4-string guitar, and it's like I love playing ukulele, but it's a bigger than ukulele, smaller than a regular guitar, but I can play like jazz chords on it. Like it's just easier to play more difficult chords. So I'm more like dexterous
Cool,
on
yeah.
the tenor guitar. So I like that. And I also to like never ever get tired of the piano. I love the piano a lot.
The piano is amazing. Yeah, our artist yesterday, Aki Burmis from Lake Street Dive, played the
Oh
piano for
yes,
us, and he was
yes,
fantastic. And I actually saw that you're part of a trio as well,
yes,
correct?
yes,
And your
yes.
album, your debut album, is being produced by one of the guys in Lake Street Dive.
It's the guy that produces lots of Rachel Price's records.
Oh, cool.
His name is Dan Nobler. Yes, Dan Nobler produced the trio. My trio is called the Sweetwater Warblers, and
I love that.
we're like a collection of solo performers that were thrown together at a festival, and we all come from the same Northern Michigan music community, and we all know each other's music and love. We're all fans of one another, and we played this festival one year that the promoter just kind of requested us to do a set together, and just we were supposed to be like trading songs, but then it turned into all of us singing along to each other's songs, and it was just magical.
How amazing.
So it turned into a thing.
Yeah, so it's actually like a thing now. So you guys like are an official band.
It's a thing. Yep, we've got an
Awesome.
EP out, and we put out our debut full length album this year, and we've got a website, and we just did a like album release live stream last Saturday for my hometown concert series.
How fun. And how was that?
Oh, Siri popped up again.
Oh
Oh, there
man,
she is.
that
I shouldn't say that. Okay.
oh no. We have to call her something else. Like we have to call her like Bertha or something.
You know what I said? I said concert, SERIES.
Oh right.
That's what I said.
Yep. Suri's very sensitive.
She's a very good listener.
She is. So, I mean, I have to say with the pandemic that we're currently experiencing, technology is kind of our best friend right now. It's like how we're all
Yeah.
connecting.
Yes.
What I guess with being in lockdown and all the crazy stuff that's going on, what has been one of the surprises for you that has come out of lockdown?
One of this like back in the spring, when everything was shut down and nobody was going anywhere, um, this is the longest in my adult life that I haven't traveled away from home. Like in this summer, we did go up to see some relatives that are aging relatives,
Oh.
people that we wanted to see. Um, but other than that, my husband and I are always on the go and we're always on the road. And it was the longest that I haven't been on the road, and it was glorious. Like when I think back to springtime, like being locked down here with my kids and my husband, it was such a wonderful, wonderful time. We had so much fun. There
Cool.
was nothing to do. There was no obligations. There was nothing we had to plan. There was nothing we had to get ready for. It was just like every day, like when I would put my daughter to sleep, she was 4. She turned 5 in June. So this was back in the spring. She was 4. When I would put her to sleep, we would talk about what we did that day, and then we would make a plan for what to do the next day. So when you woke up in the morning, there was something to look forward to. And it was just glorious. It was like so much quality time, like concentrated, expanded quality time. It's just
That's
so
awesome.
awesome.
That's so cool. So you got to spend more time with your little ones.
Yes, it was just wonderful.
Do you think your kids are going to be musicians as well?
They are. My son is a scary good drummer for his age, and my daughter runs around and sings and dances and stuff. But also, my 13-year-old has been taking piano lessons for like a year now, and he claims that he doesn't like it, but he sits down at the piano and just like makes your heart swell.
That's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
But they know they've got choices. I grew up that way, where it was always a choice. And even being in a family band, if we didn't want to perform, we never had to. And if we didn't practice music as much as we played music. So it was just like always this fun thing that was optional. I remember my youngest brother being like 8 years old, being like, I'm hungry, like I'm too tired, I don't want to do this. And it being like, okay, that's great. Go play on the playground. We'll be done in a little bit. Like,
Yeah, go do your thing, kid. Have fun.
yeah, yep. It was always like an option. It was always a
That's good.
choice. And so when we chose it for ourselves, it was really our own decision to do it.
Which makes it so much more fun. You
Yeah.
don't feel forced, so that's great.
Yeah, it's more genuine. It's more genuine.
And are all of your siblings musicians as well?
They all are. They all can play. My I have two brothers and a sister. My I'm the only one that does it professionally full time. My brother, that's one step below me, younger than me, he does it as a side career. He does do it professionally, but he also has a day job. But then my sister and my other sister and brother still play music, but they don't do it professionally at all. It's just for fun.
Okay. And then did I see are you doing some like virtual concerts with one of your brothers, your brother Zach? Is that right?
Yeah, my brother Zach. Yeah, we've done a couple of live streams. He's my most favorite person to sing and play with. It's just like, I mean, always since we were growing up, it's that sibling harmony thing. And when we've been together twice this year, and we've done 2 live streams in that time.
That's
And then we
great.
also do like the video, like I'll send him a video and he'll sing over it, and then I will edit them together so it's like it's together but separate.
Yeah.
And
Very
we've done a
cool.
couple of those. That's fun.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'd love to hear another. Your voice is beautiful, and I love your
Thank you.
banjo playing skills. Can you play us another tune?
Yes. Let me play another tune here. My guitar is in open tuning. You know what? Maybe I'll just play the one on my guitar. That reason why it's in open tuning. 2 days ago, it was just one of those days, when you're locked down, and my kids are in virtual school, and we're just trying to, survive and keep our minds occupied, and try to, when we recognize our patience is running low, we go take breaks.
Yeah.
Which has been happening more frequently in the last few weeks. But luckily I have this space here that I do all of my streams from, and oh, come on, how do I turn this off?
Is it Suri again?
Yes.
Oh man.
I have no idea what she's hearing. I have my space, my little office space here, and I've got my guitar, and I've got my writing stuff, and I can make videos here, and so
That's amazing.
I've transitioned from taking breaks in my bed with the covers pulled over my head, to taking breaks down here. And a couple of days ago, it was one of those like I want to crawl in bed and pull the covers over my head days, and I was like cleaning up the kitchen, and this song came on my shuffle, and it's from one of my favorite singers and songwriters. She's a mentor my whole life. She's been somebody I've looked up to, and I always wanted to learn the song, and I was like, I just dropped what I was doing. I think the dishwasher was still open, and I'm just like, screw this, and I just went downstairs and I learned this song. And then I made a video of it and posted it. And I never post like singing videos. Like I'll do live streams and stuff, and I'll save the videos, but I don't just make something and then post it. Never. I hardly ever do that. And I did that the other day, and it felt so awesome. And I got so many wonderful messages from people too that were like, "Oh, thank you so much. It was just what we needed today."
Oh, that's
And
so sweet.
it validated my decision to do it, because I'm always nervous when I post things about myself. But it was just something I needed in the time, and then I shared it and realized a lot of people felt the same way. And this is called Quiet Hills is what it's called. Okay. I took out my earphone so I could hear better. I want to start over anyway. Hang on. There is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. Though some may tremble, I am still. Hope lives in these quiet hills. There is darkness in this land. I seek the taste of hope. There is darkness in this land. I seek the taste of hope. There is darkness in this land with sorrows more than we can stand. Hope lives in these quiet hills. There is darkness in my heart, but the taste of hope is sweet. There is darkness in my heart, but the taste of hope is sweet. There is darkness in my heart, yet I feel the healing start. Hope lives in these quiet hills. There is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. I am not afraid. There is darkness in these hills. Some may tremble, I am still. Hope lives in these quiet hills. Hope lives in these quiet hills. Thank you.
Amazing. Round of applause.
That was an exciting beginning. That was an exciting start.
It was.
Wait, never mind.
I'm like, wait a minute, where is she? With my big old headphones.
I took my wireless headphone out and it's muted me automatically.
Oh, so is that what happens? That's crazy.
I guess. I mean, it's happened. And then when I put it back in, it does the same thing. So it's just like, because I'm not using the audio from it, I'm using this.
Interesting. So is it an Apple?
Yeah,
thing?
it's an AirPod, yeah.
AirPod. Yeah. Okay. My ears are too little for the AirPods, so I can't put them in.
Oh, wow.
I have a child-sized head, as you could tell from these giant headphones. So,
I just thought they were giant headphones.
I mean, or that, yeah.
I don't know. Put your wine glass up to your head. Let's see.
Okay, it's really tiny. Look at how little
Oh
my
yeah!
head
Wow!
is.
Yeah, you have a little head. Yeah.
I do. So I'm happy that you're sipping on some wine. Are you?
Yeah.
Do you love wine? Are you a typical wine drinker? Like, what kind of wine?
I am.
Do you go? Like, are you a red? Are you a white? What's your jam?
Well, I was red for most of my adult life, and then in the past couple of years, I've kind of gotten into white wines.
Yeah.
I like I like the Pinot Gris and the Pinot Grigios.
They are very good.
But I do like a couple of like sparkling Gewürztraminer. There's like this one, like Gewürztraminer is usually really, really sweet.
Yeah.
But there's this one from Chateau Saint Michel that is not sweet, and it's so friggin' good.
Ooh, I'll have to check that out. A sparkling Gewürz. All right. I'm
Yeah,
into
it's
that.
good. How do you say that? I don't even know how you say it.
Gewürztraminer.
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 It's fun to say.
It could be like the next Terminator. Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer. There's something in there. There's some kind of little promo for Gewürztraminer in there somewhere.
Exactly. So the holidays are also coming up, right? We have Thanksgiving. How are you planning on spending that? And is that one of your favorite holidays, or what is your favorite holiday?
It is. I feel sorry for Thanksgiving because, like, between Halloween and Christmas, like, I mean, it's like the redheaded stepchild of holidays, isn't it?
That's the truth.
I feel sorry for Thanksgiving because it just kind of, I mean, especially this year, I even saw like an article in like the Times or something, or like Time Magazine or something, saying that it's healthy. They recommend decorating for Christmas early, like starting now.
Oh no!
And
no,
so
no.
and I was like, well, I love Christmas. I mean, like, I'm like a Christmas elf. Like, my husband was a Grinch when we first started dating, and since then he has flipped. Like, I have totally converted him. He's the one that's been saying this past week, let's go get a tree. But for Thanksgiving, usually what we do is spend time with my husband's family. They're in Detroit, and everybody's staying put, and my children want to go visit family and see people. And so what I've been saying is, this is what we want to do for the holidays. This is what we probably will do. Let's talk about what we want to do and the difference in what we want to do and what we can do.
Right.
And so we don't know what we're going to do. We can't, I mean, I guess it's next week, right?
It is next week. Isn't that insane this year?
Okay. Yeah.
This
So it's
crazy
next
year
week.
has gone by so fast.
We're going to stay put. We're going to stick at home, and my husband's going to roast a turkey on the grill.
Oh, that's amazing. That sounds delicious.
It is.
Are you guys going to like Zoom meeting with your family, and that's how
Yes,
spend time
actually.
with them?
Yes, we
Cool.
just planned that with my mom. We're going to set up our Thanksgiving table in the living room and plug in a Zoom with my side of the family into the giant television screen and kind of like have everybody at one big table.
How fun. I love it. Way to make it work.
I have a little oopsie that's happening right now on my side.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
My computer isn't plugged in, and my charger is all the way upstairs.
Oh no. Okay.
And it's low. It's saying plug me in right now.
Uh-oh. Is there anybody home that can bring it to you?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. You're gonna hear me. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Virgil! I need you. Wait. No, it's an emergency. He's saying wait. Okay, I gotta go get it.
Okay. Okay, so while we're waiting for her, guys, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, be sure to leave her a tip on Venmo, which we will put on the screen. So Rachael Davis Music, go ahead, or actually on PayPal. And send her a tip. Show her some love. It's the holidays. It's the season for giving. So give her some tips and show her some love. And then also, we are jam sellers, so if you want to buy some wine, we can definitely hook you guys up with some delicious vino. And you can go to jamsellers.com/buy, and it can be delivered to you in less than 60 minutes via various platforms. Or come visit us at the tasting room in downtown Napa in wine country. It's beautiful out. Thankfully, there's no rain, so come on and check us out. And call our team. Our jam ambassadors are more than able and willing to help you get some wine that you want.
I'm back.
You're back. Yay.
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. I was like, you heard me yelling for Virgil, and he was like, wait, my 13-year-old, wait. And I go up there.
You know.
He's like, wait, I can't do it right now. And he is on his VR machine right now. I'm busy, Mom.
I'm in my virtual world. Like,
I can't help you in your live stream emergency. Thanks a lot, kid.
Oh, man. Well, cheers to you for getting your wine, or for getting your charger.
I had my headphone in so I could hear you the whole time. You did a great job. That was really awesome, Coco.
Thanks. I try. I was like, all right, what am I going to do?
No dead air. Perfect. Very smooth.
Thanks. Well, I was checking out your website.
Yeah.
And I saw your really cool music video that for your song. Oh my gosh, what's it called?
The Diamond Girl.
A Diamond Girl.
Yes.
But it's not the diamond that people think of.
That is correct. It is not the one time I got a review for that song, and you could tell they only listened to the first 15 seconds of it because it was totally wrong.
You're like, no. Okay. Whole song. Rude.
Nope.
So what is the fascination with baseball, and when did that start?
I think when I was let's see, I was born in Lansing, Michigan, but when I was a little baby, my mom's from Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And when I was a baby, we moved to Chicago, and I spent my little baby years, like toddler, kindergarten years in Chicago. My entire family is like staunch baseball fans.
Oh.
And it was just like a family ritual. Like my grandpa would come over to watch White Sox games on WGN, and he grew up loving the White Sox, and my dad was a big baseball fan, and I remember going to like Comiskey Park when I was little, and I have these just wonderful memories of baseball growing up. And like when we moved to Michigan, the closest team was the Detroit Tigers, but we still had WGN, so I could still watch the Sox. And I remember like in the springtime when opening day was coming, and I went to elementary school on top of like where my parents' house is now. It's like on a hill next to the super tall hill where the town water tower is. And my elementary school was right across the street from that water tower. And so when I have memories of running down the hill because the game would start in Central Time at 1:05, right in the afternoon. And so school would get out at 3 o'clock. So the game had already been on for like an hour. And I remember running, like getting out of school, like I couldn't get out of there fast. And like, everybody out of my way. And like running down the hill, like just like almost like not even touching the ground to get back home. And my dad would always have the ball game on. And it was like this moment that signified we had survived winter. Because it was like opening day. Winters up in north are just epic and cold and long and dark. And opening day meant
I could not handle that.
It's spring. Like it's spring that's what. And so it was just this like benchmark that like we have survived the winter. There's baseball on the TV. There's baseball on the radio. And then when I was a teenager and older, my brother played baseball. I never played sports. I was always in like band and choir and the musicals and stuff like that. But I always loved it. And like we had a little sandlot team in our neighborhood because our neighborhood had like 24 kids in it. And so we had enough to play for 2 teams. And so we would go to there was a gravel lot like half a block away. And we would go there and play just for fun. But then when I was like an adolescent, a teenager, I wasn't as interested in it because I was working on music so much. Then I moved to Boston in 2001. And it is impossible not to fall in love with baseball. And that is such a serious baseball town.
Yeah.
And I was also there. I became a Red Sox fan living there. And I was there when they broke the curse. And, you know,
so cool.
it was very cool. I was in Harvard Square the night they broke the curse, and like the Harvard brass band on top of the T platform playing Bon Jovi covers, and
I love that.
hundreds of people, and like the cops, like people were getting out of their cars in the middle of the street, and like cops are like waving everybody through, like saying, "Potty smart, be careful, potty smart." And it was such a great memory. I lived there for a while. I picked it up.
I love it.
And then my husband, when I got together, like he's a lifelong Tigers fan. His mom worked at Old Tiger Stadium when he was a kid.
Okay.
And so it just kind of it has been in nearly every chapter of my life, really. And it's just something that I say that I'm not a sports fan. I'm a baseball fan.
Cool.
It's just a different. It's like I'm not, you know, necessarily into basketball or football or any other sports, really. I like baseball. I like
baseball, true and true.
Yeah, I like the Americana of it and the folklore and how it kind of has been this thread that has run through so many generations in our culture and seen so many different changes and to our society and how it still is this thing, and like the rules are still mostly the same, and like the aesthetic of the field and like on the symmetry of the number 3 in the game. And you asked.
The symmetry of number 3. What is the symmetry of number 3 in the game?
They're just the numbers in the game. Well, other than the 4 balls, that is kind of an odd ball out. But there's like the 9 innings and, first, second, and third base. And like the bases are 90 feet apart and the pitcher's mound is 60 feet, 6 inches away from the home plate. And it's just like there's so many numbers. I'm a total
I never knew
nerd.
that. I never thought about that. That's really cool.
There's lots of hidden symmetry in the game, and I know it gets a bad rap for being boring, but if you think it's boring, there's just something about it that you don't know yet, because it's just so exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing. Do you go get like the hot dog and like that whole thing when you go to the game?
Heck yes. Especially if you go to Wrigley Field, you got to get the Chicago dog, the Wrigley dog. If you go to Wrigley Field in Chicago.
Absolutely. It's like required. You know, like when you enter the gates, you should just be handed a hot dog.
Yeah, you got to get a $8 hot dog and a $12 Miller Lite in a souvenir cup.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, would you be able to play the song for us?
Yes.
Diamond
Let
Girl?
me do it. Yeah, let me do it for you. I'm going to play it on the ukulele here.
Ooh, I love the uke. I'm trying to learn the ukulele.
You are?
Trying. Yeah.
I give ukulele lessons to little kids here in Nashville, or I did before everything locked down. Yeah. But I tell people, some people say, I want to learn how to play guitar. What kind of guitar should I get? And I say, get a ukulele.
True.
Because you learn how to play this, you learn how to play chords and strum at the same time, and it's so transferable to guitar.
Like
It's the gateway instrument.
That's what I need. The gateway instrument.
All right, let's see if I can do this. Some ladies like rubies, their blush is so fair. Some girls prefer pearls, they were a bit more austere. No, I never quite go for gold, glitz, or glam. I'll tell you just what kind of woman I am. I like diamonds, but not the kind you might think. I like diamonds. I don't mean champagne or pink, the kind of diamonds that put my heart on the brink. It's called played on the ukulele. It runs in my family. My baby is a fine fireman. He's got a mean backdoor slider. Holla if you understand. But my favorite diamond is right here on my wedding band. Baby, just flash that leather. I love you forever. Baby, I'm a diamond girl. Well, I don't want fancy cafes or cocktails. Just take me out with a crowd to the game. Oh, we'll sit out in the sun with those bleacher bums and watch that kid blow that lid once again. Some ladies are beauties, but beauty always fades away. Some fine sugar daddies, oh, but that ain't the game I play. Just give me that bandbox and I'll watch them sail away. And someday when I'm gray, that's when they'll all say, there goes that diamond girl. Well, I don't want fancy cafes or cocktails. Just take me out with the crowd to the game. We'll sit out in the sun with those bleacher bums and watch that kid blow that lid once again. Some ladies are beauties, but beauty always fades away. Some fine sugar daddies, oh, but that ain't the game I play. Just give me the bandbox and I'll watch them sail away. And someday when I'm gray, that's when they'll all say, there goes that diamond girl. Oh, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
I usually played on the tenor guitar, so some of those chords that were way up here that are hard to squeeze in.
You did fantastic.
Thank you.
I love it. I love that you made a song about baseball. That is so fun.
And this year too, like I made that music video that you saw was a collaboration with my friend Greta. She's an artist and she also sings too, but she's an illustrator and she had been working on these animated videos and I was like, hey, would you do a video for me?
Yes.
She was like, yes. And I was thinking, how long would it take? Would it couple weeks, like a month or something? She's like, well, if I have somebody to watch the kids, it'll take like 8 hours.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, sweet. And so she worked on it for me and we released it on opening day this year, which was in July.
Perfect. Look at that.
Yeah. It was perfect. Yeah, it worked out.
Now, do you have a favorite baseball player?
Yes, I do. My favorite baseball player is Harold Baines, who played for the White Sox in the 1980s.
Cool.
I remember going to White Sox games. I remember distinctly going to one game when I was like 4 or 5, maybe, with my dad and my grandpa. And Harold Baines hit a home run. And I remember like sitting between, he hit a grand slam, sorry. And I was sitting between my dad and my grandpa, and I'm a little kid eating popcorn. And I can't really see over the person in front of me. And all of a sudden, the entire stadium is screaming, and my dad and my grandpa like launch out of their chairs, and their necks or their veins are popping out on their necks, and like I like drop the popcorn because I'm like, what the hell is going on here? and my dad explained to me what happened, and then every time he came up to bat after that, the whole crowd was chanting, Harold, Harold, Harold. So my favorite baseball player is directly connected to this memory that I have. But he's also one of the greatest players of all time. I think he was. I want to say he was just inducted to the Hall of Fame maybe last year.
Okay.
Maybe. I think he might have been inducted to the Hall of Fame last year, but
Awesome.
I'm going to have to check.
Well, if he isn't, then he deserves it and he needs to be.
He does. He definitely needs to be. He was an extremely good hitter.
I love that. Now, switching it up a little bit musically, now you have like kind of a folk, blues background and whatnot, which I love. It's so fun. I saw that you describe your music as Motown Banjo, which is really fun. That's like, I love that. How did you come up with that?
I grew up when I was like 7, 8, 9. My dad, he would make cassette tapes from records that we had so we could listen to it in the car. And we had this dark slate gray Chevy Cavalier station wagon that was the family car.
Love it.
And he had this cassette tape that he had made that was my favorite. And it was John Hartford Aeroplane on one side. And then on the other side, it was the soundtrack to The Big Chill.
Ooh.
And I didn't realize it until I was an adult how much that combination, just that cassette tape, well, we listened to it a lot in the car, but how much those two albums together, like in listening succession, influenced how I feel about music and what I like. And
Okay. I like it.
I remember listening to like Smokey Robinson on the Big Chill soundtrack in the 80s, thinking that it was Annie Lennox.
Oh, really?
Yes, if you listen, go back and listen to Annie Lennox and then listen to Smokey Robinson.
Okay. All right. I'll have to do that.
And I remember thinking it was her and then finding out it was Smokey and then being like, why
He's
does
a beautiful
this music
man.
Yes. Yeah, he is a beautiful man and he has a
beautiful
beautiful singing voice.
Yeah.
But, it was just like, why does this music make me feel like this? And it was like, so my love of like the riverboat Americana music and next to the Motown Americana music. And it just, those
Motown
two things
Banjo.
together. Yep.
Is there anything random, like super random, that you listen to that like people like? Do you listen to Britney Spears secretly and like love her, or like Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica?
I love Michael Jackson.
He's great. Yeah.
And also Mariah Carey too.
Yes, Mariah Carey's great. I love her song "Always Be My Baby."
That's my favorite.
It is. It's so good. It's such a good song. Do you watch? Okay, wait. Do you watch Schitt's Creek?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the last episode yet?
Not the very last one. I've just watched the ones that were on Netflix, so they're through season 5. So I haven't gotten to season 6 yet.
Oh, I think it's on Netflix right now.
Is it? Okay.
I think it just got released, so I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I will say that you will love the last episode.
Oh, good. I know there's a Mariah Carey theme happening in Schitt's Creek that I enjoy a lot, very much.
It is kind of amazing, yeah. I was like, oh, this is really sweet.
I love it. Everybody's so nice to each other.
I know.
That's
such a good show. That's such a good show.
So good.
And so now, Rachel, you also perform with your husband sometimes. Is that right? He's a pretty well-seasoned musician that has performed with quite a lot of notable musicians.
Yes. Yep. Go for it.
Yeah. No. I mean, well, just like how did you guys meet, and like how does his music and the people that he works with, does that influence you at all?
We met through the Michigan music scene. He was in a band that was based in Lansing, Michigan, that played at all the same music festivals that I was playing at in the early 2000s, and we knew each other through that, and that's how we met. And then the people who he plays with, I would say, they influenced me, especially the band that he played with when we first met was this awesome Americana string band called Steppin' in It is the name of the band. But the guitar player and the writer and the lead singer Joshua Davis. He was on the Voice a few years ago, but he's an amazing guitar player, one of the best songwriters out there. And then they've got twins that are in the band that play horns and then also harmonica. Like between the two of them, they play everything. But they're we when we when I first got to know them, was getting to know them, we did have a project together that did like early 20th century swing tunes, like Tin Pan Alley stuff. Love and that. That was very fun. And then in the last few years since we moved to Nashville, he's been playing with Jack White, and that's actually why we moved here, because he was playing in that Jack solo project, and it was based in Nashville, and we were living in Lansing, and so he was commuting. And we were like, let's not commute anymore and just go there. And I would say in the last handful of years, that has influenced me in the way that I have been solo parenting a lot, and I've had to learn how to balance creativity. Like I usually would ride this wave of inspiration and was just at the whim of whenever it would hit. And in the past handful of years, being a mom, solo parenting a lot with a partner on the road with rock and roll band, I've had to be creative with making space for my own art and my own music. And it's a really good skill to have. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity the way that I did to be able to learn how to do that. And it's also really exciting. I mean, I've got to go to SNL a couple years ago, and get to do really exciting things. And
was he part of Jack White's performance recently on SNL?
Yes, he was. He was the bass player. Yeah.
Oh, amazing! That was such a good performance. That was
I know, it was so good. I was like jumping up and down in the living room.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It was so good.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I'm so proud of him. He's such a badass. And he was going to be here. He was supposed to be here with me tonight and playing some songs with me. But yesterday he got called to do a session with Jack. So he said, "Man, I might be home by then." But and I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I can hold it down."
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
I'll order pizza and make the 13-year-old babysit the 5-year-old.
Exactly. And I have to say, like, all of the moms out there right now during this pandemic, I have to give the moms major props because like you're doing like more than double duty, and already like being a mom is like insane. So
it's been
cheers to
moms.
Moms.
That luckily I have wine to get me through the pandemic.
Yes, you do. Yay
as the mother of 2 school-age children in the pandemic. Look at me.
That's your new best friend. Just, and the great thing about these bottles, as you mentioned prior to us popping online, is that they are screw caps.
Yep.
So you just pop that thing.
You don't need a corkscrew. Get rid of that thing. All you gotta do is just grab it, unscrew, just toss her back.
Yes. Just drink it. Get ready to go. I love it.
If you ever need a promo spot, let me know. I've got some ideas for wine.
Yes, I will. Well, I've had such fun with you, and
me too. I've had fun.
Amazing. I think we have time for one more song. Do you have another song for us that you can
play? Maybe. I would like to sing an a cappella song because I haven't done that yet. I love doing the thing where like I play one banjo song, one guitar song, one ukulele song, and one a cappella song.
Okay, I'm into it.
Okay, so I think let me pick one. Okay, I'll do this one. This is the first song that I ever sang beginning to end. Ooh. When I was almost 2 is the story I hear from my mom.
Almost 2? Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
And I used to I was obsessed with The Wizard of Oz, and I had a little stuffed doggy that was like a beanbag doggy, and it was Toto, and I had this little basket I would carry him around in. Mm-hmm. And actually, his name was Paul the dog, but he was into being Toto when it was time for me to be Dorothy. And I would cruise around in my ruby slippers and with Toto, Paul the dog, in the basket. And I would stand on this little ledge that was in our front windows of our apartment, of our 2-flat in Chicago on Kedvale Avenue. and pretend I was Dorothy.
I love it.
And I would sing. I think you probably know what song I'm about to do.
I think I do.
Okay. Here goes. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream, they really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Oh, birds, they fly up over the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I fly above the rainbow?
Amazing. I that's so fun. I love that. And I love The Wizard of Oz. And I actually was just the other day was with a friend and we were trying to get, have you heard of wait a minute. It's The Dark Side of Oz. No, what is it?
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's where
like,
you played the Pink Floyd The Dark Side of the Moon
yes.
in tandem with The Wizard of Oz.
Right, and you start it like on the third roar.
Roar of the Lion. I've never actually done that.
Me neither, but we tried. Well, we were trying to find it on YouTube, and nobody on YouTube got it right, so we're just gonna have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you just have to do it yourself. And if you've got, like, we have it on vinyl, we have, we have Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl, and I don't know, just do it yourself. But how have I not done that yet? Like, that would have been that's a perfect quarantine activity.
It's that's it. We all need to do it. I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna do it, and then we're gonna connect and tell each other what we thought of it.
Yeah, I hear it's wild.
I hear it too. My friend watched it. She's like, "This is like amazing," and it's crazy how like on point it is.
Yeah, like even the thing where like when the money song starts, it's like when she opens the door into Oz. I've heard that part.
Yes. My friend was trying to find that for me on YouTube, and it was not getting it right. She's like, she was getting so frustrated. It was so funny.
That's not it.
No. Well,
it's probably worth doing.
I think it's worth doing, and I've been talking about this literally for probably 15 years, if not longer, to actually do this and see it. And I haven't done it, so it's time. It's time. Quarantine.
The best time to do anything is right now.
That is true. Yes. And I'm going to learn the ukulele.
Yes!
But you are amazing, and you have been such a pleasure. I really
This was so much fun. I love doing this.
Fun. Yes. So, cheers to you, my dear.
Cheers, Coco.
Yes, cheers. And thank you, everybody, for joining us, and hope to see you soon. Cheers.